They've all blood, right? I'm gonna force close and end my stream. Yeah. I'm out of here.
End your stream.
Yep. I'm out of here, bro. Before I start my video, I just want to say thank you to the new multiplayer designer for Gears 5. He is doing excellent things for the game. He is listening to the fans. He's trying to understand how to make the game much more balanced and much more competitive. However, there's a problem with Gears 5, and that is the lack of competitive game modes. The game, in my opinion, has lost its formula. There's a reason why, in my opinion, Gears of War struggles to be popular compared to the other games like Fortnite, Counter-Strike, Overwatch, Rainbow Six Siege, and the older Halos, I want to say. And I'm sure there's much more other competitive games out there that are very famous and very popular. And there's a reason why those games shine compared to Gears of War. Gears of War struggles to be a very popular game now. And my honest opinion is because how cheap the game modes have become for Gears of War. And the perfect example what I'm talking about is King of the Hill. Right now, this mode is the most popular game mode, which makes a lot of sense. You can get into the most natural gameplay of any mode, so using the natural as much as possible is what makes Gears of War, which is understandable. I also do not have a problem if you enjoy this game mode. That's fine with me. But the honest problem is that other modern games like Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six Siege, and Fortnite, those games are heavy played and they all cater to one life mode. Well, you get my point. Fortnite's a battle royale, I get it. But Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six Siege, once you die, you have to wait a whole entire another round. Gears of War used to be like that back in Gears 1. It was just one life mode, execution, Warzone, and later on Annex got added, but not a lot of people really truly played that game mode because a lot of Gears fans didn't care about the respawn modes. They preferred the competitiveness of execution and Warzone. But however, we truly lost that feeling now. These new modern Gears of War games are teaching players that we can just respawn over and over again. We lost that skill gap feeling. Once you lose a life, you gotta wait a next round, and to me, that is very unsatisfying to keep respawning over and over again. Team Deathmatch is returning, which is a horrible fucking decision in my opinion. At first, I really thought TC was going to put their foot down and just say, we don't need TDM to be ranked. We need this to be gone. And that's another thing I don't understand is I understand that it's going to be quite different. Now, it's 4v4 and the most you can max out in a squad is 2 players. But it still has respawns. And again, I feel like we lost that true like competitive feeling. Now players are just being taught how to just like once you die you could just come back, and it's like I said earlier, it's not satisfying whatsoever. Like why would you guys want TDM to return? I'd rather have execution. Again, what I'm saying is I truly think the one life game modes players should be the most rewarded. Right now as I speak, I understand if you enjoy King of the Hill, but that game mode is horribly unbalanced as we speak right now. A lot of reasons. If you can see truly closely in this video, you can see how difficult it is to even go against players in a 5-stack on Blood Drive. And that's another thing I want to talk about is why the fuck would fans want Blood Drive to return? I don't understand that. And a little bit I feel a little sad that TC will allow this map to return, but I get it. They wanted to make fans happy, but honest to God, what were you guys thinking of wanting Blood Drive and Checkout to return? Those maps don't cater to natural gameplay, especially for Gears 5, and especially because of its tuning. In my opinion, the game is just more flawed now. And the problem with Gears 5's matchmaking is when you're trying to find a game and you end up finding Blood Drive or Checkout, for example, or the other Gears 5 maps you don't enjoy that cater to rifling, you can't really vote it out, I want to say. And once the game mode, once the players select Blood Drive or Checkout, you can force close the game and leave like I did at the beginning of this video, because I don't want to play a map that's designed for camping and heavily rifle gameplay, especially when there's PC, mouse and keyboard. It makes no logical sense. Like, we truly are making the game worse. The maps are just poorly designed, and Copying and pasting back a map to Gears 5 from the older Gears of War games is lazy and boring and just does not work. And I just don't understand what are the thoughts going through the fans right now as we speak. What Gears 5 needs is what Counter-Strike has. Basically, you have the option to choose what maps you don't want to queue. I understand that queue times would be longer, but at least we get to avoid the maps we truly don't want to play, and that's really annoying. Even when you force close the game, you deranked. Even though I don't care about deranking, and I'm going to talk about it later on in this video why I don't care about ranking up in Gears 5, because it's kind of meaningless and pointless. But having the option to choose maps, what do you want to choose, like Counter-Strike, will make a huge difference. It will help you avoid maps you truly hate, especially Blood Drive and Checkout. Even though Gears fans are weird, they really like these maps. And I actually think Blood Drive and Checkout is much worse than some of the other Gears 5 maps, like District, for example. So look at this in my live stream. Sorry for the poor quality of this video. I had to record it for my live stream. But look how big advantage it is on Checkout with a 5-stack with PC gamers, because how poorly designed and out open the maps are, and how it's not designed for King of the Hill. You can have a crazy advantage against your opponents by just rifling people down from their spawns. It is very unskillful and unsatisfying, and I don't see a purpose of this map being in King of the Hill or even returning to Gears 5. It makes no logical sense. We have truly just made the game worse. And it's just very annoying. I just don't understand the thought process that goes through this. So having the option once again like on Counter-Strike will avoid this. And I truly think we need that, because I don't want to play Checkout. I don't want to play Blood Drive. I don't want to play Lancer heavy maps. I want to play maps that are very well designed for a CQP gameplay. But in Gears 5 we barely have any of that. Oh my god.
He's just gonna get fucked up, bro. He just died. Oh my god. What are you guys doing right now, bro? Oh my god. I could not move for a whole minute.
So TC, I just want to say good job on organizing the ranking system. It looks pretty cool. However, there's something that's bothering me again. I don't understand the purpose of 2v2 Nashers and free-for-all being a rank game mode compared to escalation not being there. It makes no logical sense. Why would anybody want to rank up on 2v2 Nashers and free-for-all? What is the honest to god purpose of those two modes? Makes no sense. Gears of War is a team-based game, and there should be modes that are team-based that should require you to earn ranks, and that's escalation. So escalation should be unranked. 2v2 Nashers and free-for-all is lame to be unranked. Free-for-all to me is a mode that you just want to play around on quick play. That's all it is to me. It's like Gears 4 comp warm-up, for example. So why would you want players to grind for free-for-all? Makes no logical sense. And it's not a team-based game mode, and Gears of War is a team-based game. So no logical sense. In fact, let's travel back in time. I know this was in the past, and I need to talk about this. I feel like nobody was talking about this, but this needs to be brought up again. What was the purpose of adding Arms Race, a competitive game mode? I'm sorry, a ranked game mode. It makes no logical sense whatsoever. And I'm just showing this because I want Coalition to understand how casually you guys treated Gears of War. And to me, it's just pathetic and very silly to this day. I don't know what Node Zero was smoking, but whatever he was smoking, he should invite me over, because it was meaningless. I know, I'm pretty sure no one played Arms Race rank. There was no purpose behind it, but again, I hope you guys understand why I'm showing this. And again, in Gears 5, to me, it's kind of like 2v2 Nashers and free-for-all. It's just being shown that ranked is very casual, and it shouldn't be. And I know the new multiplayer designer is doing good things. He's making the game much more competitive and much more balanced. But it's time for him and the NTC to realize that they need to treat ranked more serious if they want Gears of War to be a much more satisfying game and for the game to grow. If TC struggles to figure out why people didn't play escalation, well, let me explain from my point of view. I think people didn't play escalation back in Gears 5 launch date because you couldn't squad up and play with your friends. Now you can. And that's a good thing. Gears 5 right now is kind of bringing friends together to squad up and go against other players, just like Gears 4 back then, or even the older Gears games. And that's what Gears of War is about. So, good job for the multiplayer designer fixing what Node Zero has fucked up on, because I think he made horrible decisions on the game, even though he made escalation, and to me that is a great competitive game mode that requires a lot of teamwork. But other than that, like, I think he really truly messed up Gears of War in my honest opinion. But again, there are good things happening in Gears 5, but Gears 5 needs to be treated more serious on ranked. And that's just my point of view why escalation wasn't being heavily played, because how complicated of a game mode it was if you couldn't play with a squad. And what was the purpose of that, you know? So of course players are going to play the easier game modes over escalation. So if I had to say the 3 game modes that should only be ranked, it should be King of the Hill, Gridiron, and escalation. I would say execution to be 4th, but I understand Gridiron is kind of like execution with an objective. I get it. I understand. But TC, one thing you need to know is if you want people to play escalation or even Gridiron more often, you have to reward them more than King of the Hill. As we speak, I'm just going to say how it is, because the way King of the Hill is right now, the way Gears 5 is in general, I don't think players with unlimited live modes should be rewarded as much as playing single live modes. That's a good way to convince people to return to more competitive serious game modes. And it's not going to affect people that enjoy King of the Hill. If players enjoy that mode, they will still continue playing it despite if you make it less rewarding. It does not matter. Players will still choose to play King of the Hill. It will still be the most #1 game mode played in Gears 5 or Gears of War in general because of the way it's set up. Earlier in this video, I'll talk about why I'm not motivating earning masters. To me, having a ranking system has caused more problems than solving problems, because the game is not popular enough. It's not populated enough too. And having masters actually just increases the queue time, especially on PC. I know merge crossplay is going to be a thing, but to me, like, because how casual ranked Gears 5 is to me is very unmotivated and getting masters. Everybody's motivated and getting masters on CoF to when the mode, in my honest opinion, is not sweaty, it's not skillful compared to escalation. And I guess Gridiron, even though it's funny, King of the Hills could be more entertaining than Gridiron, I want to say at times. It has its sweaty moments. I can't explain what I'm trying to say, but at this very moment, I also think it's very silly adding Master's rank in King of the Hill, because the mode lacks skill, because you're able to take advantage against your opponents because it's unlimited spawns. You can literally spawn behind your opponents and cross them, which is very cheap. I explained in this video how you can increase the skill gap in Gears 5, and I explained how King of the Hill could be much more skillful game mode if you add certain features like longer respawns, execution rules, a couple other things I talked about, but it definitely needs that right now because CoF is very annoying, especially on Blood Drive, especially on Checkout, especially a majority of the Gears 5 maps, and especially because the tuning, even though the tuning is getting better, because the new multiplayer design is doing good things for the game. Another thing that's been really bothering me that we all need to talk about, because merge crossplay is going to be a thing eventually once a new Xbox launches and once TC announces when they're gonna allow merge crossplay to be a thing. Something's been really bothering me, and this needs to be talked about, and something needs to be done. So back in Gears 4, once I heard TC says they were gonna add PC to Gears of War, I thought that the game was going to be much more competitive. It's no secret in the modern gaming world that PC is the biggest when it comes to esports. It's the most competitive of any platform, and you know, nothing wrong with that. I think that's pretty cool. And I really thought that Gears of War was going to become much more serious because PC gamers are more elite than console gamers. However, in Gears of War, console gamers are way more elite than PC gamers. PC gamers are not even that skillful because they're taking advantage of the bullshit of the tuning and the maps and the game modes. So, prime example, King of the Hill. What they're gonna do, if you guys go against a 5-stack of PC gamers on Blood Drive, what the fuck can you actually do because of how accurate mouse and keyboard is, how strong the Lancer tuning is right now, and just the tuning in general. So what can you do? What can you do to go against PC gamers? What I'm trying to say is PC has made the game infinitely more casual. You guys gotta find a way to make PC gamers less rewarded on playing. Oh, I'm sorry, not just PC gamers. Players in general need to be less rewarded playing limited live game modes. I would have thought that PC gamers would have played the more serious objective game modes like Gridiron and Escalation, because in the other PC scenes like Counter-Strike or Overwatch, it's very heavily played on PC, and everybody's playing the real serious objective game modes because that's what ranked is about. And Gears 5, it doesn't have that. It's soulless because it's so casual with the limited live game modes like Free For All and Team Deathmatch and King of the Hill. It's just very boring. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So I hope TC understands what I'm trying to say in this video. Something needs to be done. But PC gamers are fucking weird in Gears 5. They have this ego on King of the Hill where they think they're actually really good by just 5-stacking and just trash talking. I've seen this so many times where PC gamers want to wager scrims on King of the Hill. They just don't have a fucking clue. Can you imagine a 5-stack PC gamers going against me and my 5-stack on Escalation Gridiron? They don't have a clue the tactical element of the much more serious game modes. Players are just weird now. There are some console gamers that do that too, but I am mostly seeing that in the PC scene. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I want Coalition to be successful. I want Gears of War to grow. And I think the game struggles to grow because of how casual the game modes are. But that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below, let me know what do you guys think. Peace.